Today I want to demonstrate Week 2 Assignment 1, mixing an additive color wheel using a numerical system to get really accurate color. Now notice that the color wheel is a circle, so that would be a 360-degree measurement. The primary colors of red, green, and blue are situated 1/3 of the way around, so that would give me 1/3 would be 120, another third would be 240. So let's try that. And I'm in use saturation and brightness mode. I want to keep the saturation and brightness up at 100% because I want the color to be fully saturated. And this way, in this mode, I only need to concern myself with the numbers here. And notice it goes from 0 up to 360, just like the full degrees of a 360-degree circle. So I'm going to apply red, and then if my next number is 120, because that's 1/3 of the way up, that's the perfect green. The next number, 240, which I'm typing in because it's easier than using the sliders, which aren't always accurate. It might get me to 239 and then 247 or 242. So typing it in is quicker and more accurate. Halfway between 0 and 120 is 60, and that should give me my perfect yellow. Halfway between 120 and 240 is 180, and there's my perfect cyan. And halfway between 240 and 360 is 300, and that gives me the perfect magenta. So now I have both the primary and secondary colors in, and they're really accurate. And halfway between red and yellow, which is between 0 and 60, is 30. All right, there I go. So I'm going to go to 90. That should give me my perfect yellow-green, and there it is. And the next one is 150. Basically, I'm adding 60 to each of the previous numbers because I'm halfway between. I'm skipping over the intermediary color there, the primary or the secondary or the primary color. So I'm just adding 60 points to the previous color to get to that one on the other side. So the next number that I will be going to is 210. That gives me the perfect cyan blue. From there, I'm going to 270. I'm adding 60 points. That's perfect violet. And the next one should be 330. And there I have my perfect colors. And the subtractive color wheel is exactly the opposite in terms of the primaries and the secondaries are switched. So in the subtractive color wheel, cyan, magenta, and yellow would take the place of the primary hues, and the secondary hues would be the red, green, and blue. So it's kind of a flip reverse of the additive color wheel. The other color system I want to show you is the traditional color wheel. This system is completely different from the two others in the fact that color is based on colors that are used in paint, which have usually impurities in them. They're made from minerals and pigments literally dug out of the earth and ground into pigment and cleaned and mixed with linseed oil and sometimes filler and made into paint. So because of this natural kind of molecular structure and impurities in it, in the colors, they're not as pure, vibrant, and fully saturated in some cases as in the additive or subtractive color wheels. So one thing I do want to point out is the colors that are between the parent colors, say the blue and the yellow. So red, yellow, and blue are the primary colors of the traditional color wheel. That means we need those colors to mix all other colors. The colors in between should look like they're about halfway between these two colors. So notice the green is a very different green than, say, the green in the additive color wheel, because the green in the additive color wheel is a mix between yellow and cyan. The green of the traditional color wheel is a mix between yellow and blue. Therefore, if I use my color picker, notice this. Let me actually open this. Okay, notice that it is not pure. It is not fully saturated. See the difference? This color here has somewhat reduction in saturation and brightness, and therefore it more or less resembles a color mix between a true yellow and a true blue, as opposed to mixing a yellow and a cyan to get this bright, fully saturated green. So that's the difference, and good luck with your color wheels.